Hello everyone, welcome to Two Guys Talk Wrestling, the show that basically does what it says in the title. I'm Michael Fulmoy, alongside me Ethan Roberts.
Good evening.
We are two friends who just basically talk a lot of shit about wrestling. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to go through the week's events, Raw, Smackdown, NXT, hopefully do a preview of Summerslam, but we've got to try and get it done in an hour. So my first question to Ethan would be, do you suffer from ring post-itis?
No, not yet. Hopefully I don't come across them, but you never know. It's something that could possibly happen in the future.
I'm quite liking that storyline at the moment, though.
It's good, but I don't like the mix of Gold and Truth. It was just they were trying to be too funny. The club is supposed to be a dominant force, and they've WWE or Raw specifically, creative team, have done the same thing they've done.
Gotta get that right these days. There's two different brands. Different brands.
Raw specifically, of a creative team, failed that one up again for the club.
Yeah, I can see. I don't understand why they got rid of Big E as part of the storyline.
It's obviously for New Day 6 titles. New Day were too dominant with them, with Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. It's a weaker team. I mean, Gallows is huge.
One way of putting it.
He's just going to go through him, really. It's going to be a good match.
Come a long way from Doc in TNA.
Oh, yes, good old TNA. When TNA was good. Before all of the people left for NXT.
But more on NXT later, anyway.
So, my question for you. Smackdown or Raw this week? What one?
I think it has to be Smackdown this week. I think Raw was... Well, I don't even know words to describe Raw this week.
Raw was disappointing.
Disappointing is a good way to put it. I like that.
I have two big flaws with Raw this week. For starters, ruining Finn Balor's demon entrance before a pay-per-view. Why would they do this? It was a bullshit segment, ruining the suspense that they had built up for months about him making his main roster debut.
Yep.
SummerSlam, one of the biggest pay-per-views they've got. Looking forward to it, and we got 6.5 minutes of Finn Balor as the Demon just beating up Seth Rollins, which is what we're going to see at SummerSlam.
Really?
Yeah.
You reckon?
I can see Finn Balor taking the Universal title.
Again, more on SummerSlam later, but I don't see why I don't think they would give Finn the title up front. I think it would be a kind of Reigns scenario where they just kind of force him down your throat until you're sick of him.
Oh, don't get me started on Reigns. I like Reigns. I am a Reigns guy, but his match with Rusev, again, 6 days before. 6 days before pay-per-view, and they do a 25-minute match.
It was a very long match.
2 advert breaks. The first 20 minutes was a brawl. It was bland. It was generic. The last 5 minutes was good, though, to be fair. But now we've got to see the same match at SummerSlam.
Yeah. But
for 25 minutes worth.
Well, probably it's 4-hour pay-per-view. It's probably about an hour's worth of Reigns versus Rusev.
It's so...
But to me, just on a side note for a minute, I think that they should have put Reigns through this first before they sent him down the WWE title route.
Yep.
Which got him on the bad side of all the fans. Let's face it, anyone out there that does decide to listen to this will probably agree.
Yeah, no, he got the title shot way too quickly.
Way too quickly, shoved him down people's throats. The Cena effect, that's why people decided to dislike him.
Yeah, but we all love Cena.
I love Cena.
I love Cena.
That's just my own personal opinion.
His in-ring speech with AJ Styles a couple of weeks ago, that left hairs standing on the back of my head.
It was a thing of beauty.
It was. That's why SmackDown is the better show.
There is a lovely smooth segue into Mike segments, to me, which is Jericho, Kevin Owens, Enzo and Cass.
Yes, no, I'm with you on that one. Chris Jericho, just entertaining as always. Loving his. I love him as a heel. Always preferred him as a heel to a face.
If you got the gift of Jericho, would you drink it in?
Yes, I would. I would drink it in, boy.
But no, Jericho is probably one of the funniest situations at the moment,
and two very talented
the only thing
guys.
they're concerning at the moment, the only thing that concerns them at the moment is the spelling of soft.
Yeah, and to be fair, it is spelled wrong. I'm with them on this one.
But no, I think you've got 3, maybe 4 of the best mic talents in that, because I'm not sure about Big Cass.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit wooden on the mic.
He is very wooden. Although the fans do still love him though.
Yes.
Because he makes so many mistakes and the fans can point it out. He has a banter with the crowd. You know, like when he came out when Enzo was injured. And he came out and ran out of things to say. He's like, yeah, I've run out of things to say. And the crowd got behind him. So, I mean, he's done well to take it on his stride.
But no, Jericho, one of the best microphone technicians there has ever been. There is a few I will like to talk about as the show goes on. Enzo's just surpassed everybody in my eyes.
Enzo and Sasha Banks, that was a good moment.
Kind of ruined though by the next day the videos and photos that appeared online of Sasha Banks' wedding.
Yes, a little bit. I was kind of hoping that they'd do a little bit of a spin-off, but that's sort of like the Dolph Ziggler, Lana, Rusev angle they done a few months back, and then oh look, they got engaged.
Yeah,
we'll pull that.
Let's pretend that Ziggler never happened. But no, the thing that stood out on the mic and like interview-wise to me with Jericho was when they were both standing there with the backstage announcer calling him different names every single sentence. Ted, Tim, Bert.
Just one thing, you know you're going to get it, right?
Get what?
It. I'm loving this.
Not it.
Chris Jericho is just a master on the mic. Two very good wrestlers and potentially a fantastic tag team.
Yeah.
They're both Canadian. They both have the same background. If you go down that route, at least it's something that they can share common ground over.
That's about it.
Yeah, but they're both ourselves.
But no, I think Kevin Owens generally works off the back, to me, of people that know what they're doing, veterans. He can learn off them, and that's, I suspect, why they put them together.
Yeah.
So we can learn more about the business, get deeper and deeper involved, learn a bit more mic skills, because he was good when he turned up, but he's getting
much
better and better to me.
Yeah.
So we're working our way through Raw. We've got Cesaro and Sheamus. Let's bring them up for a minute.
Do you mean Sami Zayn and Sheamus? Or the match
the
with Sami Zayn?
Yeah, the Cesaro Sheamus scenario.
Yeah.
With Sami Zayn and Sheamus. Well, two very underused,
phenomenal wrestlers.
Very good
might
wrestlers.
add, I am part of the Cesaro section myself.
Agreed.
I'm not sure if his whole fist pumpy thing never did quite.
You've had a problem with that for years.
Yes, I have. But to be fair, no one can do the. I can't even say the word.
What's the word you're looking for?
The uppercut. There we go.
Oh yeah, the European uppercut.
No one makes it look as good as Cesaro.
Yeah, no one's ever used it to make it cool like Cesaro.
No,
I mean, the
corkscrew
earliest
off the rope uppercut.
The earliest person I remember using the European uppercut well was William Regal. It was back in the then Attitude Era, which I think everyone agrees was the best era.
Unfortunately, people keep wanting to go back to the Attitude Era. We can't. It's just as much as we all want to see Stone Cold come out and stun over everyone, chuck beer over the place, and come in on a fucking truck.
What's wrong with that?
No, I want to see that again. But the problem is that everyone's going to spoil it before that shit happens.
Yeah.
The wonders of Facebook.
And very
Twitter.
True. Very true. Facebook, Twitter, podcasts.
I actually podcast.
Not dissing the podcast, obviously.
Podcast is more what happens after.
Yeah, generally more for people, like an open forum for people to discuss.
But like I was on Facebook today, and they were saying potential Summerslam spoilers. Like, fucking get past that shit. I don't want to see that.
Not reading that.
No.
I skip past it whenever it comes up.
I don't want to see that.
I don't get to watch Raw live because I work stupidly early on a Tuesday morning. So what I will do is wait until I get home from work and watch it. But what I will do is try and avoid Facebook throughout the day, or if I see anything wrestling related, just scroll straight past it.
See, what it needs to be is wrestling needs to go back to the surprise and then the suspense. When the Dudley Boys came out with Royal Rumble, was it Royal Rumble came out?
No, it was Bubba at the Royal Rumble.
Bubba at the Royal Rumble.
But then about 6 months later, and apparently they snuck him straight through the back door, and nobody knew about it.
Yeah, no one knew about that. That music hit. Fans went absolutely insane. I'm surprised that arena's still standing. Why can't it be more like that?
We've gone off on a bit of a tangent.
As always.
Cesaro, Sheamus, underused, should be used more. Both very talented guys. Think they should give Sheamus a little bit more of a push, but the one they gave him last time, he was just being used as part of a storyline. It wasn't a push for him.
No, it was to push
me, that was part of the Reigns storyline again. But as good matches as Cesaro and Sheamus have, do we really want to see 7?
It depends. If they were to do different types of matches, maybe a tables match, some last match, Iron Man match would be good actually. That would be interesting.
That's one best of 7. That is best of 7 Iron Man.
That would be insane. I'd love to see some bro kicks off the announce table, possibly. Good cough there.
Very good. I know.
I will say the Sheamus Zayn match though was painfully boring. It was a solid match. They both performed well, but it
was filler just to throw Sheamus into it.
No, you want to talk about fillers? Let's talk about the Neville match for Christ's sake. let's just go to the Neville match.
Jinder Mahal's debut.
Right.
Yes.
Well, he came in on Raw where he left Raw originally as a mid-carder.
Yes, he came back in having won a match against the hottest free agent in not in WWE. Technically, he was a free agent. He came back in by winning his contract against Heath Slater back on what you were saying about internet spoilers, after it came out that he'd already signed a contract with WWE Raw.
So we all knew it was going to happen.
So we all knew who was going to win that anyway, so it was a really pointless match.
Credits to Heath Slater though, he's taken an absolute beating between the suplexes, the F5s and the RKOs.
And the gauze.
The bit where he's talking to Shane and then you just see him disappear. You didn't even see Rhino enter the screenshot.
Rhino's gore. I'm very into my wrestling, okay, but Rhino's gore. I sit and watch wrestling and just kind of stare at the screen. I'm still well into it, like to talk about it, as obviously what we're doing here. But very rarely do I talk to the TV screen. And when Rhino was behind Heath Slater, I'm just sitting there going, Heath. Turn around, Heath.
No, I like Rhino.
Yeah, no, the Jinder Mahal debut was a bit pointless. Don't know why they put him straight into lose. Surely they should have put him against someone he could beat. Bo, being one of my personal choices, another underutilised talent.
Yep, I still think they should change him to Bo. Or they should have, before the brand split, change him to Bo Wyatt. Part of the Wyatt family.
You will not let this go.
I will not. They are actually related.
This has been going on for months. We know they're related.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see why they need to split up. You know, they want to use Bo, but they don't want to use him all the time.
They've drafted Bo. They haven't done anything with him yet, have they?
I know. But the question is, do you Bo leave? That's the question.
I believe that he's underutilised.
Yeah, definitely.
I do think they should have got rid of that whole Bo train thing very early, and that celebration around the ring, because everyone knew what was going to happen as soon as he went around the ring.
I did laugh every time.
Quite repetitive.
No, it was annoying, but I quite liked it. Just because he has a funny look on his face. To me.
I think he's just got a weird face more than a funny look on his face.
You just need some comedy in it, but there's comedy in just taking
There's comedy, but to do comedy, you need someone like that to Enzo Amore.
Comedy, if you want comical in a really, really bad way, as in painfully comedy, Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, and the Shining Stars. Again.
I'm still not sure what they're doing with that.
Shining Stars need to... Shining Stars.
I haven't heard anything about a match between Darren Young and Titus O'Neil.
No.
SummerSlam or anything, or anything like that.
See, the problem with Titus is he's a big guy with not a lot of moves.
Do you know what? I actually agree with you.
He's a big guy, and the fans like him. He does a lot outside the ring, so his face is well known.
His face well known. Dad of the Year, apparently, as well in America.
Even though he lost on Father's Day.
I know, which was...
If I'm honest, just wrong.
Again,
one of the few times you want them to
pointless.
win. But yeah, no, I think he's got potential. Clash of the Titus. You and me have personal disagreements on how good that is.
It's a good move. It's a horrendous name.
It's a brilliant, sort of like the Boot of Doom.
Yes, again, people have got to get a bit more imaginative with these names.
The Magic Killer's quite nice though.
Magic Killer's not bad.
I like
but
the fact
my
that they
question
can
would
do that.
be why? Because obviously there's a lot of people out there that haven't watched like New Japan Pro Wrestling, where they were originally, maybe where they came up with the name for Magic Killer, but it kind of needs to be explained to me.
It does need a little commentary. Need to sort of jump in on that one there.
But yeah, no, Boot of Doom is horrific as a name.
Can you imagine if that move goes wrong though? That poor nose of whatever guy that's hitting. But yeah, no. Going back to Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Neil, I like. I do think he needs more moves, and I'm getting quite his ooh-ah. Not bad. Darren Young, on the other hand, this whole making Darren Young great again. No insult to Darren Young.
I kind of agree. When was he ever great in the first place?
It does. Yeah, he was part of the primetime players. Not bad.
Not bad. Good tag team. Underused. Should have had more title chances.
Yep. Not sure about this rivalry between Titus and Darren.
I quite like the idea of them being back together with Bob Backlund.
I like it, but then they decide to sort of have them sort of get pissy at each other.
I saw it coming. As soon as they put them together for that match, I knew something was going to split them.
To be fair, Shining Stars actually got their first win, second win.
I think it was their second win. But again,
they're good jobbers though. I like the fact that WWE are going back to
jobbers, but they spent weeks promoting them, and then they've done not a lot with them in an entertainment capacity. Not that I like to use the word entertainment when it comes to wrestling. To me, it's still pro wrestling, not sports entertainment.
Yep, I agree with you on that.
Personal opinion on mine, anyway.
No, you are right. The fans just not behind them.
They actually had more fans behind them when they
lost
Matadoras.
Quite like that. I like the small guy. Can we use the word midget?
Small guy.
can we use the...
Let's go with El Torito and try and not offend too many people because we're using language as it is. If we try and steer clear of maybe some racism and maybe sizeology, let's call it.
So what can we not comment on how big people are? Sort of like the Authors of Pain. We do get to them in NXT.
Let's get to Authors of Pain at some point as well, because I'm actually slightly behind on my NXT watchings and only saw them this past week.
It's not good.
So
on the flip side, on SmackDown, I'm loving SmackDown.
We're not going to stick with Raw, we're going to go SmackDown.
I want to talk about SmackDown at the moment.
So we're just going to jump backwards and forwards, right?
Yeah, mainly because I want to compare the two.
Okay, fair enough.
Because we can talk about one, but then I'm just going to compare it to Dolph Ziggler's
not
super
sure
kick out of nowhere.
Which, you're going to go on to the start of SmackDown.
It was absolutely insane. It was a really good segment, actually.
That was a great segment. It was nice to see Miz not actually getting too involved and just letting two people actually talk.
I don't think he actually saw the kick coming. I don't think he was told that. His face after, he was like, oh, Jesus Christ, he just got...
Yeah, no, again, there is certain segments in WWE that half the time I don't see the point in, and Miz TV would be one of them.
I see where you're coming from, but at the same
Ambrose
time...
Asylum was brilliant.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the Miz TV, if they do it like they done last week...
It could work.
This week, sorry.
This past week.
If they done it like they done with Dean Ambrose and Ziggler... we could be onto a winner with Miz TV. They could make it potentially something good. At the end of the day, Miz is a Hollywood star.
Something to actually promote the match rather than just...
Yeah, rather than just...
Because
I am fed up of seeing the pay-per-view matches have mini-matches of the same match on the week before. And I don't see the point. It was never like that. They used to have...
That is a point I will get to at some point, actually, that I want to talk about that's annoying me.
Every pay-per-view.
Yeah.
For me, SummerSlam could have been something absolutely spectacular. The match I am looking forward to, and they have done well with, or two of them, is the Ziggler Ambrose, because they haven't shown them in the ring at the same time fighting.
No, I have my own picks with Ziggler and Ambrose as well, which I'll get to in a second.
And the Lesnar Orton, they've done well with the minor invasion as well. That was nice. It wasn't.
They had to do something, because otherwise there was no rivalry there.
Yeah. But that was good, because it then built up suspense. I do like the fact that Randy Orton decided to mock Brock Lesnar.
Yes.
That was good.
That was rather amusing.
Goes to show he can do a suplex just as well, maybe not just as well. Still pretty good, but
yeah.
Brock Lesnar is pretty much a suplex machine.
He is a suplex machine. Not taking anything away from Taz, who was the human suplex machine.
Granted, oh yeah, Taz.
Don't forget poor Taz.
Oh, I always remember Taz from TNA commentator.
Well, you're too young to remember him as a wrestler, so.
To be fair, I have got the WWE Network. You can subscribe for $9.99.
Cheap plug.
WWE can pay me for that one.
No, well, we'll see.
Yeah, I've watched the back catalogue. Good 6,000 hours.
6,000 hours. That's even I'm struggling to keep up with. Working my way back through my favourite time, the Attitude Era. Of course,
haven't even seen Cruiserweight Classics yet.
Oh,
so annoying.
Don't pick on me on that one.
God. Anyone listening, watch the Cedric Alexander Ibushi fight. So, incredible.
You're talking about Ziggler and Ambrose, the segment at the start of Raw.
SmackDown.
Sorry, my bad. I'm still trying to work out the rivalry, because to me, most rivalries generally need a face and a heel, good and bad.
I think what they're going to do...
I'm trying to see what they're going to do with it, because to me, they are struggling to engineer a face and a heel out of it. Ambrose will always be the face. Ziggler, I've been saying for ages, needs to go back to being a heel because he was a cracking heel.
But everyone loves him though. See, the thing is, what I can see happening is if Ziggler does win, And to be quite fair, he deserves it.
I think he does.
He deserves it. He's a fantastic...
Jobbed his way around for a long time.
Yeah.
Although I did get sick of seeing him wrestle Baron Corbin week in, week out.
I did like the fact that he did go straight for the...
Just due to a technical hitch, our recording paused, so we're going to have to go back a little bit.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that
Ziggler Ambrose, I think it should be... This is where we were going when the microphone was turned off. Ziggler Ambrose, I think, should be a longer rivalry because you get the ones that last forever and ever and ever and go on and on and on and you get bored. But it should be at least 2 months. I think they need to build it up a little bit more because they threw it in as Ziggler earned the right to face the champion, but they kind of struggled to actually build up a rivalry because of it. And that's what I was saying.
To be fair, obviously Backlash is SmackDown's first independent.
Yep.
Pay-per-view.
11th September.
And then they also teased last week about No Mercy.
No Mercy in October as well.
About time Shane McMahon doing his job.
Yeah,
correctly.
but the general WWE night getting really sick of badly named pay-per-views.
Fastlane, Roadblock.
Roadblock,
Payback.
both horrific.
Not a fan of
Payback was supposed to be kind of coming on from the previous pay-per-view. It's where the rivalries continued, I believe, originally. So then Payback was to then give people a chance to get back, I suppose.
So my problem with pay-per-views is they find a match, Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, TLC, and they go, do you know what, we're only going to have that match once a year. Let's put it into a pay-per-view. I want to see just a random, Tuesday night live.
I've always been a very, very firm advocate of specialty matches being randomly supplied across the year.
Yep.
It's the way I grew up with wrestling.
I would love to see Dean Ambrose, Ziggler in a even a steel cage, just a steel cage.
Just a steel cage.
I would prefer a Hell in a Cell, but can I imagine that at Backlash or No Mercy?
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt in a cell, just he excels. he does. He is a fantastic in-ring performer. He's creative.
Another probably underused talent.
And if he doesn't become champion soon, I have got very long hair. I will start tearing it out. I'm a massive Wyatt fan. What I think.
Lovely guy, met him.
Can't believe you've done that. Cheers for not getting me the ticket.
Just had to get that one in there because our friend Ethan to my left is quite jealous about it. So I will get it in as many times as possible that I met Bray Wyatt.
Yeah. No, I think Bray Wyatt is one of the best, if not one of the best, the best wrestler on the SmackDown roster, in my eyes. No. His character is his creation.
Tis, I think.
His moves are his creation. Almost.
His sister Abigail's deadly.
It's insane. Even his, is it Urange or however you pronounce it?
Uranagi.
Yeah, my pronunciation is terrible.
You will learn this, listeners, if there is any.
But the hype he gets on that, even the people that he picks up, that's deadly. If he does that through a table,
pretty brutal.
I mean, I'd love to see him do that on like a turnbuckle or something. That would fucking destroy him.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
now you bring up Bray. Are we finally seeing the end of the Wyatt family as a group? Because obviously Harper's still out injured.
Yes, not scheduled to return anytime soon.
Wyatt sat there and watched Rowan lose to Ambrose.
Yep. And to be fair, Ambrose needed to win that to go into SummerSlam looking strong. Eric Rowan is a machine.
He is.
But loving the beard. It's a very
on a tighter
symmetrical beard.
You and your images. I would like to say on Eric Rowan, to me, it's a Titus O'Neil scenario.
Yes, big guy.
Man, not many moves.
But
really strong.
He is preferred to Titus. But he worked well with the Wyatt family because him and Luke Harper
the muscle.
Yeah.
Quite unquote.
Him and Luke Harper were actually a pretty good tag team whenever they had to tag up. I don't see why they ever did put the Intercontinental title on Luke Harper at said time.
No, it was very brief.
Was a random
rivalry that was, I think, again, at the time, was it Ziggler it was being used for as a storyline? Was Ziggler that he was after?
Oh, I'm assuming so.
I can't remember.
I think it was
a while back.
Ziggler.
I think it was Ziggler as the face in that situation.
Yeah, they put a title on one of the Wyatt family but didn't pursue the other titles. Personally, to me, a strong faction like that, especially when you had Braun Strowman, wasn't being used correctly.
We will get back to Braun Strowman shortly because I would like to switch back to Raw in a minute as well. Yeah. As a segue between the Wyatt family and Raw.
Yeah, they had a brilliant 4-man faction And it should have been tag team, US, Intercontinental, World. And if they had actually brought, because they were talking about bringing in someone to be Sister Abigail, that should at the time the Divas.
Yeah.
You know, they could have had all titles. That's
Yeah.
a fact. We need to see factions like that again. We don't see factions. Not saying what Evolution was the last one we actually had. Big time.
The Shield.
Sure. Well, they had what, the United States
And
the
tag team titles at the same
that's
time.
not what
It
the
was
world
still
title.
dominant.
It was. No, don't get me wrong. And they
It
were
was dominant. And look where the
incredible.
three of them are now.
No, granted, they are three very good, and they worked better together. I do like Seth on his own though. He has got the mic skills.
He has, but his laugh is too fake beyond belief.
It is true, but he done well to not show us that a man jumped in the ring this week.
He looked absolutely terrified. That was unreal. But he played it as cool as he could.
Do we not think that the cameraman deserves a lot of the credit here?
But it's every time that someone jumps in the ring, it's always at a critical point. So this time it was calling out the Demon King. So he's there saying, "Are you the Demon King?" I think he played that well. But I think the last time I remember it happening is when there was a mystery partner in an 8 or 10 man tag team match. No, it was a 6-man tag team match. The Wyatts versus 2 that I can't remember, and the third person turned out to be Jericho. But after the entrance of the first 2, some guy randomly jumped in the ring and just stood next to him.
Yeah.
And again, Wyatt played that really well. Is that your partner? Really?
Yeah.
Before he got dragged out of the ring again. But they do need to pick up on this and do some better security.
It's what? This year alone, it's 4 times? It's happened twice with Reigns, twice with Rollins now.
Yeah.
So
It has happened too many times. I can start with, but credit to Seth Rollins, he held it together so well.
And that leads me to the disappointing segment of the Demon King, of which I don't like the name. To be fair though, on a genuine note, I don't like the term Demon King. If you say it too quickly, it sounds like Demon Kane. That to me, just
how long did it take you to work out what they were trying to say the first time you were talking about the Demon King?
I knew straight away. I knew
what they were trying to talk about, but to me they kept saying Demon Kane.
Yeah, they
I knew who they were talking about.
They tried to replace their demon with a new demon because they lost their demon to Smackdown.
Who's still underutilised and underused.
Get him and Bray Wyatt make an incredible tag team.
Fantasies. There's too many of those with possible tag teams we could have.
To be fair, the tag team division in SmackDown needs to be better. I don't like this.
I love it. I think it's fantastic.
I think they've got good tag teams.
I do think they should let American Alpha lose once in a while. I think they're brilliant. But they're showing them to be too strong when you've got
the Ascension
teams like the Ascension, the Vaudevillains, Hype Bros. Even Hype Bros, give them a little bit of a push.
I do like Mojo Rawley.
Usos as well, obviously.
So I can see
fantastic.
The big rivalry in the tag team division is going to be the Usos v the American Alpha.
Oh, they need to give something to the Ascension.
They are supposed to be the hard hit. They're basically the club of SmackDown at the moment, or that's what they should be. They should be the 2 guys that come out,
beat people down, and sort off again.
And you should go, oh shit, that's Connor and Victor. What the fuck are we going to do now? But it's not. It's Connor and Victor. We can beat them up.
It's Connor and Victor. Well, they're going to lose.
Yeah, they might as well do the AJ. Beat up the Ascension. Beat up John Cena.
It's Christmas Day. Beat up the Ascension.
I am loving AJ as well.
AJ.
I still prefer him without the club. I think
AJ
they didn't quite get it right. Good rivalry.
AJ and Cena is a cracking rivalry.
So glad to see AJ go to the table.
I am quite glad they forced a win out of AJ in the first one. Now I was a bit PO'd at the time when AJ got that win over Cena through cheating. I think, to be fair, JBL wasn't aware of what the end was going to be because he sounded like a fan.
He sounded
genuinely annoyed.
Yeah.
But yeah, AJ and Cena is a dream match that should have finished
with a
it should have finished the way it started, because the whole match up until that point was
absolutely
quote unquote phenomenal.
Yeah.
Pun intended. But I think this Sunday they could definitely make it even better if that's possible. It's one of the 3 matches that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, I'm just really hoping that the club don't interfere, because obviously they're all going to be in the same building.
I don't think they would as like an end of rivalry thing.
I don't think it's going to be the end of a rivalry though.
SummerSlam's supposed to be kind of the big end of rivalry thing, and
I can see
if
it
you
dying.
believe the reports, Cena's supposed to be leaving for a couple of months anyway.
I can see it dying down for
So-
a bit, letting AJ sort of do his own thing, and then hit back again round about TLC time, round about the Christmas period.
Yeah, it was Survivor Series.
Yeah, or maybe even Royal Rumble, where AJ, made his.
Yes, but how many times has Cena come out as a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble?
No, maybe not have him as
There's
a
only
surprise.
so many times.
Maybe not have him as he'd be back way before that. He's got to be
Yeah.
there for the SmackDown pay-per-views. We need someone with something behind their name. And to be fair, SmackDown really only have two. Well, no, they've got a few
Yeah, but SmackDown has
legendary
got
people.
some big names on there.
Kane, Randy Orton, John Cena. I'd say those were the three big from eras gone.
From Era's gone.
That's what I mean.
Completely
We've
agree
got
with you.
three class veterans there, and one of them's not being used. Kane isn't being used.
Kane
yet.
isn't being used, but again, I think he'd still be more of a jobber rather than a destructive force if you want, although he should still be used for that because as a destructive force all the way through my childhood and
Yeah.
beyond,
Maybe,
he was astoundingly good at it.
Maybe ripping the cell door open on his debut.
Ripping the cell door open. One of my-
First
one-
ever Hell in a Cell match?
No, it
Shawn
wasn't
Michaels.
I can't remember actually.
Shawn Michaels Undertaker.
Well, yeah, should have done your research because I can't remember either.
Pretty sure.
But no, I think one of my long-standing memories of Kane is a triple threat hardcore title match at WrestleMania 17 back in the days of the hardcore title, which I'm a massive advocate of and really miss beyond all belief. But when he threw Raven through that window, was
Yes. I liked Raven.
was absolutely brilliant.
I did like Raven.
But where to go? So many things happened this week. I know Ethan wanted to have a bit of a rant about Raw, so
Oh,
let's go with that
I
because we have
think-
got about half an hour left and we've
Well,
got a lot to get through.
To be
so-
fair, I've pretty much ranted about how disappointed I was with the Rollins Finn Balor. I can't actually express how disappointed I am. To be fair, Finn Balor's entrance wasn't as atmospheric as it should have been. In NXT, it worked because the whole arena was just so dark.
Yeah, it was a little arena.
But
And
this
just
one,
had the focus on him.
but what I don't get is if Chris Jericho can have a pure pitch black entrance and then his jacket light up.
Sheamus as well.
Sheamus, even Wyatt,
Neville.
for the point. Neville, they can have pure black, and it looks good. But for some reason, Finn Balor, there was too much white light.
Yeah, you do need
The spotlight was
some
wrong,
things that you do need to create an atmosphere for.
and that should have been
And
one
that
of
is
them.
Finn Balor's entrance,
Should have
which
been way
I
more smoke.
agree with Ethan should have been on Sunday as the Demon King, not on the Raw before.
Nope. And again with the Rusev Reigns, 25 minutes of bollocks. Of which
I don't think the match was too bad.
it was a solid performance from both wrestlers. Rusev was technically the more technical one. Reigns just looked angry, but he always does. The last 5 minutes was good. It showed both competitors at the top of their game.
Question for you.
Depends on the question.
Do we like Reigns trying to be funny? Or do we prefer him as just a force to beat people up?
I don't know. It's tough because some things he comes out with are actually quite funny.
Yeah.
And other times it seems like he's waiting for the laugh, like it's a bad sitcom.
That's true. Just throw some canned laughter in there and life's
Yeah.
good. And Reigns will be happy. But which is what it was all about at one point, but obviously due
I
to
am
his
quite liking the fact that Rusev does have a male or male delivered
mail order
broad.
bride.
Yeah, I'm loving those intel. I see that's quite funny, but again, it's building up the tension. It's aggravating Rusev. If we want to talk about aggravation, Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe. I've got your nose.
Yep. It's so good though, just holding Joe back like 10 people
10 men.
and Shinsuke just kind of flicking him around the nose and that just trying to really annoy him, which for my money on Saturday night is not a good place to be if you're Shinsuke Nakamura.
No.
I think it'll...
Incredible match with Finn Balor he had though. The 2
True.
weeks before. That was incredible actually. It was one of the best matches I've ever seen.
But they've had so many matches together in Japan and that they know each other inside out. They know how to work each other.
But that's why it looks so good. Practice does make perfect.
Yes.
Something TNA does need to work on.
Ethan here is a very strong advocate of TNA who would
it will
like
get
to
better.
see it and is under the firm belief and has been for a while that it will return. to
be fair,
or at least a decent level. Let's call it a decent level.
It will never be what I think it's going to take a good 5 years to get it back to the Pyros and rivaling ratings for anything, Ring of Honor and the independent circuits.
Yeah, Ring of Honor has definitely taken off. Obviously, you've got all the IWC that like watching it online, and
yeah, well, you just got Ring of Honor is just the pool of talent they have is literally endless. It's just incredible, and again, they've stolen from TNA.
But annoyingly, they still have the image rights and name rights to the Bullet Club.
But it's all right because we've got Balor and the club on the same brand, and it will be called the Balor Club.
I don't think it will be.
Should be. They should turn.
The Balor Club brand's been out for a while, and I don't think they'll put the club with Balor. If they do, I reckon they could be a force. If they do have Balor win the Universal title
and the club
win the tag titles at the weekend, could be something special. But the WWE writers and creative have missed so many opportunities to make the fans happy in the past. I don't genuinely believe they will do it.
I want them to. At the end of the day, Finn Balor I like as a good guy, but I like as a bag. I prefer him as a face rather than a heel. His accent as well over the years has actually got very American. That strong Irish accent. Some phrases just sound so prattish. They really do.
Yes.
So SummerSlam is looking good.
SummerSlam is looking good, but we cannot go on to SummerSlam or anywhere from Raw and SmackDown
without talking about the women's first.
Exactly.
Personally, women's.
Exactly. We can't be seen to be biased towards just the male wrestling because women's wrestling is properly taken off.
Oh God, Becky Lynch, my personal favourite.
Yesterday it did break. I don't know if you saw.
Eva Marie, the 30-day suspension.
30-day suspension for Eva Marie and Paige.
Yep.
And Del Rio as well, for that matter.
Yep.
I don't know if they're all together kind of smoking things they shouldn't be.
Paige and Del Rio are a couple in real life, so...
We know that. We know that.
Of which I do think that they should have actually maybe put them on the same brand. We haven't actually got... The only love interest we've got... Well, we've got two. We've got the Miz and
Maurice, which is sickening.
But better than Rusev and Lana.
Is that the way we're looking at it?
That's the way. If you've got to put them into scale...
We've got...
Do you know what I mean? There's no other really love interest.
No, not really.
And I don't want to see weddings and shit again like they did in the Attitude Era. Apparently everyone's getting married.
Everyone was getting married
in centre.
My most memorable one, I think, was Billy and Chuck. That was superb. Again, if you haven't watched that yet, WWE Network, $9.99.
Wasn't it Stephanie McMahon and Test at one point, engagement or something like that?
Stephanie McMahon was actually entered into it, really, engaged to Test.
Yeah.
But that led on to the fantastic Triple H storyline where he abducted her and married her in a wedding chapel in Vegas. Yeah. We are kind of swerving away from the issue of the WWE women's division, which needs a title on SmackDown.
Obviously, I can see Backlash. Maybe they should make Backlash, or even No Mercy. One of those pay-per-views needs to have a conclusion to two titles. One's the tag team, one's the women's. We've spoken about the tag teams. It is American Alpha's going to get the titles.
Which, in my eyes, by the way, should be a tag team turmoil match.
Yes, definitely agree with you that one.
But just one way where they can all fight it out.
Yeah.
Two teams. One gets eliminated, next one comes on.
There's obviously two women in the women's division in SmackDown. Well, there's a few, to be fair, that I've got issues with. One,
Eva Marie.
One is Eva Marie. I was really hoping that she wouldn't have caught the her nip slip quite as well. I was really hoping she'd sort of flash the whole camera. A little bit disappointed. A bit too good at catching that. But to be
I'm
fair,
still not sold on Eva Marie at all.
She's not the best wrestler. I mean, she was trained by, the post-apocalyptic scavenger Brian Kendrick, of which I might add is the coolest nickname, ring name just at the moment is brilliant. But we'll get onto him when we talk cruiserweights. But yeah.
If we get a chance in this time.
Eva Marie, I don't know what they're planning to accomplish with having her forfeit almost every fucking match. It's bullshit.
I think they're trying to build up her in-ring debut, which was going to happen this Sunday. But I still think that... And then the suspension happened, but to be fair, I still think they'd have found a way to get her to wriggle out of it.
Yeah.
And still, it goes on and on and on.
She's not
However, Naomi's entrance...
Oh, right. I'm liking the rebrand. I see even her entrance was darker than Finn Balor's. And she had UV.
She did. It was
I liked
absolutely
it.
superb.
It was different.
Did a little play out of Jeff Hardy's playbook with the tinted colour hair.
I can deal with it though, because it's nice to see she's gone back to being a face and none of this team bad stuff.
Just to be exciting.
Which is what she was. She's also lost a lot of weight and toned up. She's much more athletic now.
She's probably happier that she's been given the chance.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't waste her again.
The women on Smackdown, to me, surpassed the women on Raw. But Charlotte, apart from Charlotte and Sasha, they are the two of the very strongest women wrestlers out there, and they have been putting on a show for a couple of years now in NXT.
They are just
on Raw.
I'm still waiting for Bayley to come up. You know,
Bayley will be good fun to come up. They're using Dana Brooke wrong.
Dana Brooks is someone that they could do something. But talking about using, female wrestlers wrong, we've got Eva Marie wrong. Carmella, the fact that they've ruined her entrance.
Carmella really needs to get to the ring on an entrance at some point without being hit.
But I might add that this SmackDown just gone, the only female wrestler that got TV entrance was Becky Lynch. They used Natalya, Carmella and Bliss all came in on the advert. Like, we didn't see any of their entrances. That's probably because Carmella got attacked. Probably again, just ruined the entrance. But her entrance, she's trying to be too much like Enda. I know that's what in NXT she was with them. But
I still disappointed they got rid of the whole "how you doing" thing for Carmella.
Exactly. I think that they could have
the
probably
shtick
kept
that the shtick that she had on her entrance was perfect, as it was before they ruined it the other week on her first appearance on SmackDown, basically.
Yeah. The other problem I have is just I think the entrance getting a bit bland. Natalya just walks out now. It's not a flattering outfit. Yeah, she's a little slightly.
You are portraying the women's division as visual rather than talented.
I think they've got the most talented one out of the two. Alexa Bliss, absolutely love her.
Yeah.
I don't actually know what her finisher was called.
No idea, but it was ridiculous.
If it is not called Ignorance is Bliss, they've missed one there.
Definitely.
And
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's still better than Boot of Doom.
Wow, so we've gone round in a circle.
Yeah, no, Alexa Bliss I'm liking. I think she's a very good athlete. Carmella as well, very good. Not using her, both of them not using her right. Becky Lynch, I don't have words to describe how much I love Becky Lynch.
Again, I still think she's underused.
She is, no, you're right, she is underused, but out of all of them, I would say she's the best one. I mean, I love Natalya, yeah, okay, she did come from the Heart Dungeon.
And has been in WWE for years, so she's kind of the more veteran one.
She is the veteran, but I don't think they haven't used her probably over the whole course of her career in WWE.
It's been a while.
So I'd like to see her have a relatively long reign as champ. But at the same time, I would love to have one of the NXT stars be the first, women's title on SmackDown, rather than Becky Lynch or Natalya.
If they do that, though, are they copying Raw with Finn Balor winning the Universal title? If Finn Balor wins the Universal title,
maybe then give it to Naomi, a rebrand.
Yeah.
Bring her in a rebrand strong, which would be good. Be good for her career and be good for SmackDown. They need to start mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah. Right, moving on because we are running out of time. Let's go to a brief look forward to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn and a couple of matches you're looking forward to. Because to me, the number one is obviously Shinsuke Nakamura and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that's going to be a good match. I'm actually, if I'm honest, I'm quite looking forward to No Way Jose and Austin Aries. if I'm honest, I like where they're going with No Way Jose. They show him with a more aggressive, dominant side.
It does seem quite exciting.
Do you know what I mean? Austin Aries, again, I don't think anyone can sell a move quite like his missile dropkick from the corner. Bloody hell, he misses that, he snaps someone's neck.
Missile dropkick from the corner, similarly, is a Finn Balor's dropkick into the corner as well. He gets so much power behind that.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That's where.
But yeah, no, Austin Aries. I've always been a big fan of Austin Aries.
Massive fan from him in TNA.
Seen him perform live as well in London.
Oh wow, that must be something.
TNA wrestling back in the day, a few years ago. But he is brilliant at what he does. I think his entrance into NXT. Been quite good. I think pairing him with No Way Jose originally was a great idea.
Good for both of them. It's good to see No Way Jose get away from the loving the fan side and more into I can be aggressive, I can be dominant.
Yeah.
which is good to see. Austin Aries will always be Austin Aries. I don't think he's ever changed. I think that's just who he is now.
Yeah.
Talking about, just people that have joined NXT, Bobby Roode.
Yes, I was gonna take as a glorious segue into
Damn
Bobby
it,
Roode.
you beat me to glorious. That's gloriously unfair.
But his promo when he came out on his first show
Absolutely brilliant.
it was very, very good.
Just literally
draw everyone into the hype and the expectation and the face, and then just throw it back in their face.
Loved it. Yeah, no, I'd be interested to see what he can do.
But his match should be quite interesting.
Because he's got. Is it CN?
Yeah.
Cyan?
Let's just call him CN
We'll
because
call
I
him
can't remember his first name. So CN Almas. Let's go with that because I can't remember his first name off the top of my head.
We should really
at
start
all. But that should
down. To write down the
learning curve, people. Learning curve is our first show. Might be some technical issues.
You pressed the pause button.
I pressed the pause
During
button.
a very heated debate about Ziggler and Price.
I know. But just remember that hopefully we will get a little bit smoother as time goes on, but we have to wrap up at some point soon. So there will be things we miss each week. There'll be new topics we bring on the week after, and hopefully we will get more talk about NXT and the Cruiserweight Classic specifically as well.
I swear to God, if you don't start catching up on that, because I am...
Yeah, I am quite behind on my Cruiserweight Classics. I've seen the first episode.
Absolutely fantastic. I've actually written down the top 10 wrestlers in the Cruiserweight Classic personally, that if they... Because obviously Cruiserweight is going to Raw, and I think, again...
Wrong decision.
I don't mind it going to Raw, don't get me wrong. But they are the 3-hour show. They could do well having that extra title. It'd be good for Neville, hence his 2 minutes, 6
But they
second
are already
win.
filling the 3-hour show.
But I do think that there's a few superstars from the Cruiserweight Classic that would be better in SmackDown. And they, for me, would be Brian Kendrick. He's best friends with Daniel Bryan.
Well, I wouldn't say he was best friends with Daniel Bryan. But...
You should have heard the way Daniel Bryan was talking about him during commentary on Brian Kendrick's match. They trained together. Apparently, they love each other.
Right, okay.
Right? But that there could already be sort of a biased storyline. Why is Brian Kendrick getting his shot? That creates a rivalry between, maybe portraying Daniel Bryan slightly unfair.
Yeah.
People like, I'm looking at Tony Nese, who is 4 pound under the weight limit. He is a mini Brock Lesnar. He is fucking huge. He only lost to Brian Kendrick because of a technical error. Brian Kendrick being the veteran.
A few spoilers in case you haven't seen the Cruiserweight Classic yet.
It was a good match. It was a fantastic match, to be fair. But Brian Kendrick got beat up for the majority of it, and then just outdone him. It was a case of Brian beat Braun on that one, and it was. It would do a fantastic match. But Kota Ibushi and Cedric Alexander. I'm so annoyed that my co-star here hasn't. I asked him to watch one match.
I've seen the Cedric Alexander match from the first round.
That's very good.
It was very good.
But they've got so many good stars, and they got Rich Swann, absolutely incredible. Got Metalik, Tajiri.
Metalik was the first match I watched from the first episode. He was brilliant. The way he just crumpled that bloke into the pin, just dropped him on his head.
Absolutely insane. And then you got on the flip side, you got people like Jack Gallagher, who is a tiny man. And very pasty, very pasty. He's actually more pale than, Sheamus. The Irish one. The pale one. I was thinking the Page as well. But yeah.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, fair enough. But submission-wise, Jack Gallagher can get you into any submission hold from any point.
Okay.
He's incredible. And then you go to Zack Sabre, another British-born one. Very good. But the youngest one is Noam Dar, who is an Israeli-born star but moved to Scotland when he was...
Heard of him, haven't really seen anything about him yet.
He's 22 years old, born in Israel, moved to Scotland when he was 1. He's representing both countries.
Nice.
And so far has been the most dominant one. He hasn't put a foot wrong. He's absolutely incredible. And here I can see him getting the main roster. And the other one that I think that they've got potential to do really well with is Sean Maluto, which is the Usos' cousin.
I'm aware of Maluto.
If they don't put him into
he's
SmackDown,
had a couple of matches in NXT as well.
Yeah, if they don't put him into SmackDown, I think they've missed something. They could add to the Uso family. I can't see what would be wrong with having a Samoan faction.
No.
That would be good. He'd be a brilliant Intercontinental is on SmackDown.
Yeah.
He'd be a brilliant Intercontinental champion, and where the Usos could be potential tag team champs. That would be good. Again, it's a family faction, but you have got Joey Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, and
I love them.
hell,
They're absolutely brilliant.
incredible
Genuinely, they are two
they've
of the
got
most
everything.
spectacular wrestlers on NXT.
And when you get to the Cruiserweight Classic match where they face each other,
I've seen the highlights of that one. That was absolutely phenomenal. But we do have to, because we are actually on Saturday night for TakeOver Brooklyn, their title match, their tag team title match.
I'm looking. They've got everything. They've got the mic skill. They've got the in-ring ability. The fans love them. No, they've got brilliant chemistry together. And I think that's good. I mean, the Revival, again, a very, very good tag team. The only two-time tag team, or NXT tag team. Only 2-time. Because they lost to American Alpha and then they reclaimed.
Yes.
They are the only 2-time tag team NXT have ever had. Which I think shows that they're going to do something good with the Revival. Personally, they should go to Smackdown. I think if Raw's going to get the Cruiserweight division and build that up, SmackDown need a division that's going to put as many stars into it as possible. The tag team, that's instantly 4 men per match. They've got the star of an incredible tag team roster. They really do. Right,
a few minutes left. So
10 to be precise.
Well, yeah, but we've still got a lot to get in.
That's what she said.
So, SummerSlam, quick results predictions. Let's go probably from the bottom of the card. The 6 women tag team match: Carmella, Becky, Naomi, Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and now someone, I assume, now Eva Marie's been suspended.
Yeah, I don't know who they're really going to get to.
Genuinely don't know what they're going to do. They might throw Bayley in there again.
Yeah, but Bayley wouldn't fit in with the bad guy. They'd have to fit. Is Emma back from injury yet?
No, Emma's still out injured. I don't know who they could throw in, really.
Who's a badass from NXT? They'd have to bring up an NXT star. Even like as Oscar.
Oscar's a great shout. We haven't even got a chance to talk about her at the moment.
Potentially, I think it'd be a good match. It'd be good to see. They should. I want them to kind of steal the show a little bit. I want them to, this is what the SmackDown roster can do. We're here to, make an impact. Yeah. Then you've got Miz Apollo Crews. I
think Miz should win that all the way.
Not sure I liked the fact that Apollo Crews randomly came in and powerbomb. Oh, to be fair, he was saying his name wrong. That would annoy me.
Well, that was Daniel Bryan's fault.
Yes.
On the very first SmackDown when he called Apollo Crews Apollo Creed, which was superb. To me, Miz needs to win that one.
Yeah.
Because it's good to see him being used properly again and keep him with a title, at least for a little bit, before someone else.
If I'm honest, I actually think he's a better in-ring performer than Apollo Crews at the moment. He's got the more.
Apollo Crews is still slightly greener in the WWE aspect.
Do you not think Apollo Crews smiles way too much? There is
no. That?
No, but
he's
I'm
allowed
just
to
saying.
Smile. He's a happy guy.
I'm just saying there is no way they can ever turn him bad. Like, if he can't do anything wrong now.
No, there has been a couple of
if he accidentally
examples in the past of good guys turned bad that didn't, to me, work on image alone or smiley ability alone. One of my biggest ones was James Storm, which was brilliantly funny.
I love James Storm. We all talked to NXT one night.
Yeah.
TNA even, not NXT.
TNA, and he was briefly in NXT. We have got a bit of a James Storm loving over here.
We've already sort of discussed the
Cena Styles. We've discussed already, but I still think it's Cena for the win.
I think Cena should get the win. I think it should be a case of Cena for win, goes away for a couple of months. I want them to have the sort of rivalry Shawn Michaels Triple H used to have. On and off, they went 6 7 months apart.
Shawn Michaels' Cena was absolutely astoundingly good.
It was incredible.
And again, the WWE title match, the WWE World title these days apparently. Ziggler Ambrose. I
want Ziggler. I want Ziggler to win.
Ziggler.
I love Dean Ambrose, but better mic skills has to go to Ziggler.
I think if Ziggler wins, it will be due to cheating of some kind because he's going through this thing of doing whatever it takes, quote unquote.
I can see it being a case of he gets cocky, Dean Ambrose gets frustrated, and I think Dean Ambrose should make a mistake.
Yeah.
We've seen Dean Ambrose be a little bit too good for someone who is a lunatic. He is very choreographed.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting. I would like Ziggler. Who else have we got?
Move on to the other side. We've got Sheamus Cesaro match 1.
Yes, with Cesaro picking up the last 2 wins in their previous encounters.
Yeah.
So I think Sheamus should win. I think it should.
I think Sheamus should win. But as a member of the Cesaro section, I really hope he doesn't.
Who do you think's going to win the overall 7 match? I don't want it to
Yeah.
be a case of each week's a different one. I don't want it to be a 4-3 result.
I would like it to be, because they're jockeying, as it were, as the Americans say, for position to be a top superstar. I would like the result of the 1 of 7 to be for the number 1 contendership of the Universal title.
Yes, that's I never thought about that. That's a really good way of finishing that match. I just don't want it to be the same match 7
Because
times.
otherwise it's kind of all for nothing to me.
Yeah, who's the better man?
Charlotte, Sasha Banks. I'm a Banks boy all the way.
Yeah.
Has to be Sasha Banks to win that. We'll be
It
very
was-
annoyed if Charlotte wins it
it was
because
good
I was
to
getting
see-
really sick of her.
It was good to see Charlotte win by natural selection like this week.
Yeah.
About time they put her back to what she was when she was the champion.
Yeah.
Reigns
Rusev.
I don't want to see the match at all, to be fair. I've seen 25 minutes
I
of it, lads.
I still think Rusev will win that by hook or by crook.
I don't know. I can see Lana coming in and Reigns maybe threatening her, distract Rusev. Reigns picks up a little cheap shot.
I can see it being a rivalry for 2 or 3 months. I reckon. So I reckon Rusev will get it, and then the rivalry will go on anyway.
Yeah, possibly. And got the New Day and the Club, or Gallows
New
and
Day
Anderson.
in the Club. I think it's finally going to be the end of the title reign of the New Day.
Yeah.
At least for now, until Big E comes back. But to be fair, I reckon they'll probably end up with the Club winning and then both destroying.
Yeah. And it'd be a case of
Kofi Kingston
and Xavier Woods,
both getting ring posted.
Yeah, with ring post
Ended up
itis.
with ring post itis, and that would be kind of the club's kind of new thing for the rest of the world.
Yeah, just
Because
taking
old
people
Dr.
out.
Gallows and Dr. Anderson, which is something
Yeah,
I haven't even got to touch on yet,
As
which
long
has
as they
been
don't,
really
as long
funny.
as they don't overdo that, I like them as just being powerhouses
Yeah.
and mean. A little bit of comedy's good, not all the time.
Rollins Balor, we've touched on already. I say Rollins.
I want Balor. I think.
I would love Finn Balor to win, but I'm just slightly afraid it will end up like in a Reigns scenario.
I think it'd be good for. You say that, but I mean they punished Reigns by making him lose to Balor,
Yes,
and then he lost again.
and then he lost again.
So I just think they could probably do more with Balor becoming champ.
Yeah.
Even if it's just a 2-week reign, or just a month until the next pay-per-view.
Yeah, but you say that, but surely then after all this talk of wanting a big title for Raw, it kind of takes away from the prestige of it if the guy holds it for a week.
Yeah, but if they lose it against someone, say like Braun Strowman,
Again, Braun Strowman is another issue that I will get onto next week.
loving his new look though.
His new
About
look is
time
his
they've
new look
done-
is fantastic.
Him and Nia Jax, having them against jobbers shows them against what the big.
No, this is something I wanted to touch on probably next week. So we will.
We can have 5 minutes on.
We
Okay,
will.
I want to know.
To me, I don't see the point in crush matches. I see the point in at least lower cards getting beaten down by people like Nia Jax, by people like Braun Strowman.
Only problem is we don't have too many.
Bo.
No,
Said it
but-
before. I'll
no,
say it again.
No, but we want Bo to be good. I mean, if they want,
But if they want any credibility of
Yeah, but-
being these powerhouses, rather than
But they
the
need-
weird-looking people they've had so far.
yeah, but having them start off with people from local independent wrestling rings, then they'll work up to people like Bo and Darren Young and stuff like that, and then it'd be getting on because it's going to take a few months to build them up as just dominant. I mean,
Yeah.
I would love to see Braun Strowman, Bull Dempsey, or Baron Corbin.
I'd
but
like
Baron
to see
Corbin's
Bull
different.
Dempsey come back with his previous gimmick because the bull fit thing just isn't working to me.
No, it's bullshit. is what
It's
it is.
bullshit, that's what it is. Right, 2 more matches for Sunday. Enzo Cass versus Jericho. I think this match is going to be brilliant.
I think, if anything, just the verbal battle beforehand and after is going to be fantastic.
Yeah, but to me, it's Jericho that are going to win that by cheating.
I don't think they're
some
going to
form
do
or
it
another.
by cheating. I just think they're going to just. I think they do it by isolating Enzo.
Maybe I'll.
It'd be interesting
It
to see.
surprise me if they let the big guy take the fall on this. To be fair, Big
But
Cass.
It could go either way. They're both equally as good, and fans are behind both of them. And the big match,
Of course, right at the
Lesnar
end.
Orton.
To me, this should be the main event of the pay-per-view. It shouldn't be any of the title matches, as traditionalist as I am of having the main title match at the end.
Difference is this is a 15-year match in the waiting. As long as they don't fuck it up like Cena Styles.
Yeah.
This is another dream match.
To me, I think it will still be Lesnar that wins.
I see. I've got a slightly different angle. Randy Orton is the legend killer. And he doesn't have. To be fair, he doesn't have much long left before he starts doing what Cena will do very soon and losing to people to put him over.
Yeah.
It would be good. SmackDown need to show that they can beat.
It would be nice to see Orton lose. Orton win, even. My bad. This match.
Just remember,
I think
it only takes one RKO to get it to Whitepool. No enhancement needed. Best dig ever.
It does take one RKO out of nowhere to get to Whitepool, but I think it's going to take 3 or 4 if he's going to beat Lesnar.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the F5 counter RKO.
Yes.
Which can be done.
It can be done. And
I still
cannot wait for it to happen, I think
it'd
everybody's hoping it will happen.
I still don't think it'd be as good as the curb stomp counter RKO.
Yes, WrestleMania 31.
That was insane.
It was brilliant.
Seth Rollins got so much height. He looked terrified coming towards like that. Not sure he looks good in white. Glad
people should. Yeah, some people should not look like the White Power Ranger. They just shouldn't.
No. Jeff Jarrett pulled it off well.
Jeff Jarrett is about the only person that could pull off a guitar in the ring.
It's a fair point.
Yeah, exactly. Some people can pull off anything, some people can't. Anyway, that's pretty much covered for the week now.
Oh, one more thing just before we go. There was Kurt Hawkins. Anyone?
Oh, Kurt Hawkins. Ethan wanted to talk about.
I am a big fan of Kurt Hawkins. Not sure what they're going to do with him. Personally, he should be a tag team. He'd be good for the tag team division, actually. He'd be very good for the tag team.
With all honesty, past histories, they've got the Hype Bros there as well. So you've got Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins.
So they could easily do Mojo Rawley, Kurt Hawkins fighting for Zack Ryder.
Well, no, I was thinking more as a group.
Even as a group?
I was thinking more as a 3-person group than anything.
Well, you were going to say 3-way then, weren't you?
I was. Nearly. What was the other thing you wanted to talk about?
Kalisto Baron Corbin, something you're quite interested in.
I'd forgotten about that.
Loving Baron Corbin just beating the shit out of Kalisto. Personally,
feel a little sorry for Kalisto, but it is kind of his fault.
I don't feel sorry for Kalisto. I think he's a brilliant in-ring technician, but all his moves are the same. It's not until you put a ladder with him does he start pulling out some insane finishing moves.
But I assume this is a match they're going to put towards Backlash in September.
Which would be good. And I like the fact they're not calling him the Lone Wolf or, the man, the Andre.
Well, they are, kind of.
They've rarely used it, and they've stopped calling him the Andre the Giant Battle
Memorial Battle Royal winner.
Is that what you're looking for? That's all right. Because at the end of the day, it's a credit to his career, but does he really give a shit? He wants gold in his hands and he wants money. That's what he doesn't give a shit about. He doesn't give a shit about medals, does he? Or I won a battle royale. Whoopie fucking do. He doesn't seem like the sort of person.
That's designed to make them look strong. That's what it's for.
But they built him up good, and then they put him in a 4-month rivalry with Ziggler,
which was dull.
Wasted him.
Which was dull.
But it's interesting to see where they go with it. But yes. Baron Corbin should be the powerhouse. And with Rhino back in,
that
SmackDown,
could be interesting.
That's another good tag team. If they want to do a good tag team division, Baron Corbin, Rhino, got Kurt Hawkins in, make it, a 3-person faction, sort of like they've done with the New Day. Maybe pull the Revival up, possibly Joey Gargano and
the future's bright.
Of which they are actually going to release their official tag team name.
Finally.
They are actually going to have an actual tag team name.
It beats Gargano and Ciampa.
It is a bit of a mouthful, and she said that as well.
So
I think that sort of covers it.
I think that covers it for this week, people.
I hope we didn't ramble on too much.
Hope we didn't ruin your lives or anything like that. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can. It's at 2GTWUK. We will hopefully be randomly posting things as well as the links to the shows each week.
Also, try and get the promo videos for upcoming stars, so Kurt Hawkins, for example.
And hopefully try and throw some wrestling information on there as well in the process.
We've got Ember
Moon. Who is Ember Moon? That's the question.
See, this goes back to the social media. I actually know what she looks like.
You've ruined it for yourself. I like the mystique.
I tried to avoid it. I really did. But she's actually friends with Paige in real life.
Fair enough.
So Paige put up a picture. And boom, welcome.
Ruined.
It was.
Ruined.
But
ruined, hopefully not like our potential listeners, if we have any that ever end up listening to this live.
I can ruin it for you.
We
Do you know what her previous ring name
let's
was?
not ruin it this week, please.
I can't.
No,
Oh.
because if anyone listens to this that wants to know the mystique as well,
Okay, no,
let's not do that. So
it'll be good.
Hopefully, SummerSlam will be good. NXT will be good, and we shall catch up with Raw, SmackDown, NXT, hopefully SummerSlam and NXT Takeover next week. Thanks for listening, guys.
Cruiserweight Classic as well.
Cruiserweight Classic as well.
Oh well, you've been Mike.
Oh well, I need to try and catch up on Cruiserweight Classic as well.
You've been Mike from Away for the Night.
Have I?
You have.
Who knew?
Who would have thought? Normally, when things in this, it's you've been Mike from Away.
Yep.
I've been Ethan Roberts, also known as Twiggy.
Known as Twiggy. We shall put our links for our own Twitter feeds up on the page as well. So if you guys want to follow us, that would be much appreciated. As my friend here said, I've been Mike Formoy.
And I've been Twiggy.
You've been Twiggy. Thanks for listening.
Peace out, bye.